actually raise the value of the Guyana dollar. The value of the Guyana dollar should be raised back to its original strength of 2 to 1 with the US dollar. And that would solve all of these problems, right? Because what it does is it renews the value of Guyanese labor. So suddenly now what Guyanese earn will actually be really worth some money. So if you're earning right now, you're earning 60,000 Guyana dollars a month. If you raise the value of the Guyana dollar back to 2 to 1 US, suddenly that 60,000 Guyana dollars will be worth 30,000 US dollars, right? And the economy will adjust itself, will readjust itself. This is the Bureau of Statistics, right? The government's statistics arm. That's the famous Palm Court nightclub, restaurant and bar. That's looking north again, showing you as we progress along Main Street here on the 1st of November. That is the Sacred Heart Church. It's a Roman Catholic church, Sacred Heart Roman Catholic Church. And the other side, this is the famous Chinese restaurant, the main branch, New Thriving. So the New Thriving restaurant is located here. We're going to go in and take a look at some of these restaurants and give you a review of some of the foods that you can buy in Guyana. But that's New Thriving restaurant here. And there's a whole lot of buildings that are ripe for renovation. This one next to the New Thriving, and another one that's been under construction. That frame has been under construction for several decades, at least 2 or 3 decades now, 30 years. But yeah, this is Main Street. So what I'm arguing, guys, is that instead of saying that we're going to give this group $250,000, maybe the morning. So instead of saying we're going to give fishermen $250,000, we're going to give, you know, these sugar workers on this estate $250,000. We're going to give every Guyanese $100,000, which is what how the government has been handling our finances. Why not just raise the value of the Guyana dollar back to its original value of 2 to 1? And the way to do that is to simply change the currency. In other words, change the face of the currency, issue a new set of currency, and say this is the new Guyana dollar, and it's worth 2 to 1 US. It's a very simple thing, and in fact, it will achieve the same effect. It will counteract the inflation rate, in order, because the country has been dealing with massive inflation, which has not been covered in recent times, right? The country has been dealing with massive inflation, and price of local groceries has been increasing, getting more and more expensive every month, but without much notice in the news, right? It's not being covered. Instead of giving people $100,000 to deal with inflation, why not do the ultimate inflation killer, which is to revalue the Guyana dollar, revalue the currency, change it so that the value of the Guyana dollar, the new currency which you issue, is now 2 to 1 with the US dollar, or whatever, right? Whatever valuation, revaluation you could be doing. You could do it in stages, where, for example, you start by making it 100 to 1, then 50 to 1, then 2 to 1, then 1 to 1, and so on, right? But instead of giving out one-off payments of 100,000 Guyana dollars, why not revalue the Guyana dollar? And that's all I'm saying, and I've actually argued this for many, many years. If you go back and take a look at the archives, you'll see that I've covered this topic several times. The value of the Guyana dollar should increase for many, many reasons, but the most important one right now is that it will counteract inflation. It will eliminate inflation and allow Guyanese the power of the currency that we once had which allowed us to travel the world and buy goods and services locally and abroad at the same prices as, in the same effort, the same time cost as everyone else in the world. This is the Bank of Guyana straight ahead. The Central Bank of Guyana, of course, this is the bank that would have to issue the new currency. We started at the Ministry of Finance and we're ending here at the Bank of Guyana. Across the street, that is the National Library. The reason why I'd like to take these walks is it gives you a chance to see how the city is changing in real time, and it's like showing your work, right? I want you to show you exactly how I'm arriving at these statements that I make on this channel. It's because I'm grounded in the society. I'm actually living here, and I can tell you, based on my experiences locally, living in Guyana for now the past 11 years, what I feel, how I feel about the society and the progress that's being made. But that's my thing, guys. That's what I'm saying. Change the value of the Guyana dollar, revalue the Guyana dollar, make it 2-to-1 US, issue a new currency, and instead of paying people one-off cash grants, just revalue the Guyana dollar, because that is going to affect everybody the same way, regardless of their political affiliation. It's not going to be a PNC or a PPP thing. It's just going to be a currency, a financial thing. And I wish that we would spend our efforts and times focusing on the fundamentals, the finances of the country, rather than politics. You know, I got people in the channel, in the comments telling me that the PPP is going to get credit for any kind of progress, all these roads that are being. It's really not about a political party. This is about the country and what's good for the country. That's what I think. Bank of Guyana building, Hand in Hand building, that's the major insurance company in Guyana. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me what you would think about revaluing the Guyana dollar at this stage. Instead of giving out cash grants, why not simply revalue the Guyana dollar so that instantly Guyanese can experience a step up in value, right? The value of their currency can now be similar to the rest of the Caribbean and the rest of the world, because that is what the international banks like the IMF and World Bank are saying, right? That Guyana is now one of the richest countries in terms of PPP, the payment, what is it? In terms of the strength of the currency, Guyana's effective spending power is about $80,000 per year, compared to the US, which is $85,000 per year, and say places like Singapore, which is about $143,000 per person per year, $143,000 per person per year, $80,000 per person per year, and so on. And the best way to make that real is to simply revalue the Guyana dollar. That's all I'm saying. Share with me your comments below. This month, the month of November, I'm going to bring you some more detailed arguments about what I think is happening and the direction in which the country's economy is going, as well as to show you indoor and outdoor realities. You know, we're going to go around, have breakfast at some of the new hotels. Some people have been asking me to give you a tour of the hotels. I haven't been able to do that recently, but I will in future, later on in the month, and give you hands-on, on-the-ground insights on what the Guyanese economy is doing, where you can feel and experience it with me. But that's what's up here, guys. That's what's happening. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing economy in the world, Guyana. Later! That is the town hall. And over in the distance, that's now the tallest building in Georgetown.